Traders, I look forward to sharing my ideas for the upcoming week. Now, a reminder that obviously it's a shortened 4-day week with Monday being a holiday. I'm also going to be on vacation for the entire week, but I didn't want to leave you all hanging. So with that being said, here are my top ideas for the upcoming week. If I were to trade, what I would look to trade, starting off with a favorite of the past few weeks of mine, and that's Tesla, and looking for a consolidation breakout in Tesla. So it's been really a trader's dream since the breakout above the sort of low 290s, 293 key area of resistance after turning previous resistance into support. 250s, had a nice measured move higher coming to next area of resistance. 293-ish, 294, formed a nice consolidation, nice higher low, and then broke out, and we've experienced great momentum since. So after making really an impressive move, now forming a new area of key resistance, 350, supporting at 330, and really in the short term becoming a nice leader and holding above all key moving averages that are now flattening out to rising. It's really began to form a newfound uptrend. It's compressed in range and volume, creating another bull flag and ideal setup for an additional swing entry long. So what I would be looking to do here for entry, if I wasn't already long, I'd be looking to initiate a starter position long against Friday's high. Really just a starter against Friday's low initially. For ads, importantly, what I would need to see is a strong push, relative strength as well, above 350 key area of resistance right now, key zone of potential supply, a push above 350, low 350s, and hold, ideally experiencing some nice intraday momentum and volume. And for that breakout, what I'd be looking to then target is a measured 180R move into 360 to be able to take a piece off, trade around a core, and thereafter be trailing against the day's low. Next up is really the semis sector and industry, with Nvidia set to report earnings next week. So undoubtedly, Nvidia reporting earnings next week on the 28th. That's going to be the, arguably one of the main catalysts for next week. It comes at a time, obviously, when Nvidia's formed a really fantastic bullish consolidation after reclaiming key moving averages, now above rising key moving averages. It also comes at a time where we can see in the overall sector, looking at the sector ETF, SMH, has reclaimed its key moving averages as well. Obviously experienced a nice healthy pullback on Friday, but closed above its 200-day. And obviously in a newfound uptrend as well. AVGO, another leader and main holding of the sector itself. Broadcom is consolidating near major resistance across multiple time frames in an extremely bullish pattern, which is really ideal for a swing entry long on a breakout. And then just another entry, 3x bull. ETF, SOXL, SOXL, if we were to reclaim its 5-day moving average, could be another vehicle to trade there along with the overall sector. So the sector set up extremely well for a potential breakout and continuation to the upside, but it all hinges on Nvidia's earnings, right? Its upcoming earnings, guidance, and any additional comments. Now, if we do break out post earnings in the after hours, it is, possible to initiate a starter long in the after hours once the initial move and some volatility is out of the way. But most likely for something like this, I'd be waiting until the following day to see if we are holding above the breakout resistance. So in Nvidia, if we were to gap on strong earnings and we're holding above high 130s, 140s in the after hours, and then pre-market the following day, respecting levels from the after hours. And then I'd look for a entry on an intraday consolidation breakout, or a gap give and go, or a pullback to retest resistance, confirming newfound support. So I'd need to be looking for one of those sort of three to play out in order for an swing starter. Palantir, another leader, coming out of the recent correction. Now, I wouldn't be looking to initiate a swing long in Palantir. The reason why is because we're obviously extremely extended from its 200-day moving average. So this isn't a setup in which I'm looking to go swing long for multiple days or weeks. Typically when we're so extended from the 200-day moving average, I'd be looking for a potential reversion. But obviously we've done so in quite a sustainable and healthy manner in Palantir, with measured up moves, pullbacks, measured up move, pullback, consolidation at converging moving averages. So with Palantir, I would be open to going long intraday, just for intraday momentum. If we're displaying relative strength and elevated RVOL, for example, if we had to break above Friday's high in a strong market, strong tape, relative strength in Palantir, I'd be looking for move-to-move intraday momentum scalps. As long as we're also holding above VWAP intraday. Again, it's shown major relative strength. It's formed a great risk-reward pattern near 52-week highs with range and volume compression. Volume compressing coming off of its recent pivot high. Now, alternatively, because it obviously is extended, if we were in a weak tape in Palantir and in the overall market, I would also be open to short intraday momentum below 120 key support. So if we had to break 120 and hold below 120 and hold below VWAP intraday in a weak tape and starting to shift to a bit of relative weakness in Palantir, I'd be open to momentum intraday short scalps. All right, so a few additional names that are on watch for the upcoming week as well, starting with VST. Power generation sector has experienced major significant relative strength in the recent days and weeks. VST here is trying to break out of a nice healthy base and consolidation. So for entry, for continuation high, I'd either be looking for a move and a hold above Friday's high or a pullback into 2-day VWAP into the high 150s, hold above VWAP. You get a higher low to risk off of for an entry for looking for multiple days of continuation. All right, quantum sector, let's just look at QBTS for this. It's too high to chase after breaking out of 12 and not stuffing. There's no clear backside yet in order to short against a well-defined area to risk off of. So until then, across the board, whether you're looking at QBTS, RGTI, IONQ, it's really just intraday vehicles for momentum trading and reversion setups. No swing entry. Ideally, higher the better across the board. Hopefully we extend even further for an eventual sort of blow off top, failed follow through, lower high setup in order to short against a well-defined level of risk once an uptrend breaks, or we get a blow off in range and volume. But hopefully it doesn't happen this week while I'm on vacation. One can dream at least. And then lastly, just a few names, on the low float penny stock side that popped up on Friday and experienced some nice failed follow through. PMAX is one, IMNN after a nice blowout in the after hours is another, and then GORV, very low price name, is another. So across the board, these are all just worth setting some alerts for in case you were to pop back up into some supply zones and overhead. 2-day VWAP being main alert target across the board, but in PMAX, for example, where we broke down into the high 70s, 80s, where we were to get any secondary push, any quick T+1 action and failure is where I'd be looking to get short across the board there for further unwind. So that's everything that's on my list for the upcoming week. Again, I'll be out on vacation, but these are the names that I would be watching with my entry sort of setups in an ideal world. As always, drop your comments, your thoughts, your main stocks that are on your watch list for the upcoming week in the comments below, and wishing you all the best. A lot of success for the upcoming week, and I'll see you all in the following week. All right, good luck. See you later.
So you're an active trader, not doing as well as you want, not doing as well as you deserve, and you just can't figure out why you can't become profitable no matter how hard you try. Well, let me show you why. This is your competition. The traders in this room. This room right here is full of elite traders, some of whom are making 7 and even 8 figures a year. In fact, our top guys have made nearly 20 million each in net trading profits in a single year. Let's head to my office so I can share more. So you're probably used to seeing videos of lavish trader lifestyles, trading gurus trading off of a laptop for an hour a day, heck, maybe even 15 minutes a day, and then them relaxing on some secluded beach for the rest of the day. Well, all I can tell you is that our traders train like pro athletes. They live and breathe the markets and are continually working on their trading skills. Because at our firm, that's what we found it really takes to make it in this game. I'm Mike Bellafiore, co-founder and managing partner of SMB Capital, one of the world's top proprietary trading firms located in Midtown Manhattan. And we're always looking for trading talent to hire and develop. And not just to trade in-house on our desk, but also to trade from their own home entirely using our firm's capital. And we have numerous traders doing just that, allowing them to make upwards of 7 figures trading the firm's capital without risking their own money. But to even get a shot at something like that, you need to have the right training. That's why we're doing a new free online presentation in which we share how you can get an interview with SMB to become an in-house or remote trader, trading firm capital without risking yours and gaining access to all of our firm's coaching and resources. And the best part, you don't have to be a profitable trader yet. In fact, we prefer to mold profitable traders with our methods and our techniques. That's why we have just 3 simple criteria that can earn anyone an interview. We're looking for highly ambitious and determined traders who fit our culture first and foremost. So if you believe that could be you, sign up for the free 1-hour online presentation by clicking the link that's in your top right corner of your screen now.